I'd call the HR meeting to order at 1:32. Roll call, please.
Kokendorfer?
Here.
Bowman is absent with notice. Middleton?
Here.
Wipert?
Here.
Zach? Here. Hoffman?
Here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You have before you the minutes of our September 27th meeting, moved by Commissioner Wipert, supported by Commissioner Middleton. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same motion carried. You have before you the agenda today. Is there any additions, corrections, deletions?
Move the agenda.
Moved by Commissioner Middleton, supported by Commissioner Kokendorfer. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same motion carried. Is there anybody here for public comment today? Hearing none, we'll move on to our first. Oh,
You want to meet the new?
Yeah, introduce our
Yes.
intern,
Lena?
Lena Benavidez.
welcome. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good daddy. Yes.
Our first item then is Circuit Court, Friend of the Court, position funding change, direct referral from the Public Service Committee. Moved by Commissioner Wipert, supported by Commissioner Zach. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for letting me fast track this onto your agenda. I appreciate it. This is a very minor change in the funding source for one of our long-term existing positions. Our job placement office is currently funded by a special medical reimbursement incentive we get from the state. It's not super stable, it's decreasing, and also the work she's doing is now fundable because of her duties changing a little bit to be funded by our normal grant that funds the whole entire rest of the front of the court operations at a rate of 66%. However, it won't cost the county anymore because we won't be spending that medical reimbursement money we had been spending on this position in a different way. It'll just go to the general fund. So really it'll actually be a cost savings. It's
All right.
technical and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Anybody have any questions? Commissioner Wipert?
And I'd ask you, but certainly it'll be more stable, right?
Yes, correct. This other source of funding is how the whole front of the court is funded, the whole rest of the office, all of the other 149 or whatever positions, and yes, it's very stable.
Good. Great, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Kokendorfer?
Yes.
Middleton?
Yes.
Wipert?
Yes.
Zach? Yes. Hoffman?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Next item, Sheriff's Office fiscal year 2018 DNA capacity enhancement and backlog reduction program acceptance. Moved by Commissioner Kokendorfer, supported by Commissioner Wipert.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
With me today, you all know Gay, obviously, is we got Kent Gardner, who's the director of our forensic lab. I'll have Kent tell a little bit about himself. He's been here for 17 years. We hired him from the state police. And we have Dorothy Catella, who's the head of our biology, aka DNA unit, who also used to work for the state police and Detroit Police Department. Kent, tell them a little about yourself.
Not that much to say.
Tell them about your background.
I started off in state police back in 1979. Retired as lieutenant head of a firearms unit in the crime lab after 22 years in the lab. I came to here in the lab 2001. Been there 17 years, as the undersheriff said. We started off a small portion of the inside the jail. We had about 10 analysts and 1,700 square feet. Now we're in about 9,000 square feet with over 25 analysts, I think.
Kent's done a great job. We're one of only 2 labs in Michigan that's accredited. And thanks to Kent's hard work, we're top notch and hiring people like Dorothy. So Dorothy, tell them about yourself.
Hi. I've been doing forensic DNA since 1993. I've had 3 years experience with the Detroit Police Department, 15 with the Michigan State Police, 2 years with Wayne State University, and I've been working on getting up the biology unit for the past 5 years.
Which is now accredited also.
Now accredited.
So you'll see this is a grant from the federal government. It's a basic amount of a flat rate amount, probably the year after, we'll probably go for a little bit more, but we are guaranteed this amount. It's for backlogs, and remember I told you when we built this, they would come. Well, they have come, and we currently have a backlog on property crimes to about April. Dorothy does a great job of triaging the most violent cases, which would be homicides, attempt homicides, CSEs, criminal sexual conducts. Those go to the high priority. The property crimes are, the reason they're backlogged is because we can only get to so many. So if there's any other questions, or Dorothy, you want to add anything else? We've had very good success. We've solved a couple homicides, one for Oak Park, that Dorothy and her team turned around in about 3 days on a DNA case, and one in Walled Lake. You may have seen that one a couple weeks ago or so ago, where that man killed his girlfriend, and where she's working on a bunch of other important cases too with her team.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Middleton?
Yeah, the high priority cases, what's the time lag on those? I mean, how long do they take to get through?
Well, they usually go in the next batch, so it usually takes anywhere from a day to a couple of weeks for me to get it into a batch, and then about another couple of weeks after that.
Oh, on television, they do it a lot.
Yeah. We talked about that at Public Services. Yeah. We'll get Dorothy another. If you want to give us another 25 people, we'll be happy to take them.
Commissioner Zach?
So let me understand, are these cases that are sitting in the queue for the state and they're coming to us, or are they?
No. These are
Oakland County cases?
These are Oakland County cases. We actually do the state a favor, because every case we do, they don't have to do, and they can service somebody else in the state. Unfortunately, we had a few arguments with the state police about that, but I think we make a lot of sense when we say every case we do is a case you don't have to do. And it's to the benefit of our local police chiefs. As you know, the chiefs told the sheriff and told this board one of their top priorities was a DNA lab, and you guys funded it for us.
And they are thrilled.
Yeah.
And I talk about it in the communities, so and I understand that these cases, if they were in the state backlog,
Their backlog's a lot bigger than ours is.
So, great, this is wonderful, thank you.
So the backlog, mostly on property
Property
crimes?
You know
crimes.
what Shelley's gonna say.
Okay, and what's that? But that's till April.
We're backlogged
Back
to April.
to
Yes.
April, okay.
Tell them about how many cases we're talking about here.
We're at about 180 cases
Okay.
right now. About 80% of those are property crimes. The other 15, 17% are sexual assaults, and then 2 to 3% are homicides and attempt.
Okay,
homicides.
thank you. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Middleton?
Yes.
Wypert?
Yes.
Zach?
Yes.
Kokendorfer?
Yes.
Hoffman?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carried. Thank you very much. Item number 3 is miscellaneous resolution 18340, Circuit Court position deletion, creation, and reclassification.
I'll move it.
Moved by Commissioner Wypert, supported by Commissioner Zach.
Good afternoon,
Welcome.
Commissioners. My name is David Bilson. I'm the Deputy Court Administrator. To my left is John Cooperrider from my office, and Scott Hamilton, who's the manager of the Family Division, who supervises the 2 employees that we're going to be talking about here today. We're asking for a movement of 2 different positions. One is that recently we had a retirement in the court clinic regarding a supervisor position that we wish to downgrade. We've looked at the duties, and the duties have changed to a point where we're very comfortable, after Scott has looked at it with another supervisor, to change that to an office leader, which obviously would save the county some money. We'd like to shift that money in that position and those resources to fund taking a part-time paralegal to a full-time paralegal, specifically handling personal protection orders. The personal protection order violations have significantly increased, and that's pretty much what her job duties are, to take care of those and to investigate and give recommendations to the judges regarding those investigations. Based on that, if anyone has any questions, I'd be ready to answer.
Commissioner Zach?
I know that there was a huge uptick, so this new staff person, or is it somebody that we already?
It's already someone that when we hired her as a part-time PPO liaison person, we informed her potentially, and I stress the word potentially because it's up to you obviously, that might be moving to full-time. She's willing to take a full-time position if it gets passed.
So, They do the screening of it, say what's going on, make recommendations, and now our existing family court judges are rotating to handle the PPOs?
Correct, exactly. Starting in January, and I think I understand your question. Starting in January of 2019, as you're aware, we won't have the visiting judge anymore.
Right.
So all the non-domestic PPOs will be reassigned back to the regular, soon-to-be 7 family division judges. Now, at this point, just to be clear, they're handling personal protection orders also, but they're handling domestic. Starting January 2019, they'll be handling all of them, because we're losing the visiting judge.
Okay, but then the cases will be divided.
Divided amongst the
Excellent.
7, correct,
Right.
yes. Yes, Judge,
Okay.
or Commissioner.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Wypert,
Yes.
Zach,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Middleton,
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes. Motion carried.
you very
Thank you
much.
very much. Welcome. Last item on the regular agenda is Human Resource Department fiscal year 2019-2021 collective bargaining agreement for employees represented by the Michigan American Federation State, County, and Municipal Employees, Council 25, Local 2437, representing Circuit Court, Family Court employees.
I'll move it.
Moved by Commissioner Wypert, supported by Commissioner Middleton.
Good
Majority.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Before you is a collective bargaining agreement, labor contract for the employees that are represented by AFSCME. They're circuit court employees. This consists of classifications such as youth and family caseworkers, deputy registers, office assistant, tech assistant, account clerks, court service officers, just to name a few. Approximately 89 employees in this bargaining unit. This is a 3-year contract for the wages for fiscal year 2019. It's at 2%. Next year would be a wage reopener for this bargaining group, and then in fiscal year 2021 it will be a 1% or a Me Too, and they've taken a Me Too on the healthcare benefits.
Okay, does anybody have any questions? Mr. Wypert.
Why do we have the wage reopener in the middle when we know what we're gonna do in 21?
It is what they have asked for. The bargaining units were not put into the comp study, and so a few of them, in those the rest of the contracts will be coming forward at the end of October, but they wanted to see how things fared out with the comp study. And so, fair enough, we said, fine with a wage reopener for the second year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good move.
That was my question.
Okay, is there any other question?
Just
Commissioner
a
Wypert?
little bit off, but how's the study going? Or do you wanna wait for a different day for a report?
I will say this, the comp study is a very large undertaking, and we are still working on some of the details in regards to the job analysis questionnaires that the employees had completed. We still need to work through some of those details. There's some information that was inconsistent, some information we needed to gather more information on. So we're still working with the consultant. We still have a little bit more work to do, but then we'll be reporting back to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Roll call, please.
Zach,
Yes.
Kokendorfer,
Yes.
Middleton,
Yes.
Wypert.
Yes.
Hoffman.
Yes, motion carried. Thank you very much. Last 2 items, communications, receive and file. Moved by
making a motion
Commissioner
to receive and
Wypert,
file.
supported by Commissioner Kokendorfer. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same motion carries. Any other business today? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned at 1:45.